and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. I'm making sure my volume, Leonard, how do I sound over there?
Sound all right? Clear. Good morning.
Good deal. It's a little loud in my ear here, man. I'm yelling at myself this morning. Don't want to be yelling at myself. Captain Leonard, good
You are
morning, good morning.
loud.
Huh? I am
It is
loud.
a little bit louder. Your microphone does sound loud.
Okay, let me turn the thing down just that now we're cooking with grease.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're cooking with grease, boy. It sounded like I was yelling at myself there. I said, wait a minute, what is going on here? Don't want to do that. Captain Leonard, how you doing there, sir? How's
I'm doing
everything?
fine this morning.
Look, I got hold on, I got to say it now. How you doing this morning?
I'm actually doing fine. Good morning, Morning Glow family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, what do we got going on, Leonard? Before we jump into anything, we're gonna talk today about Father's Day, and I put question marks behind it. But one of the things that I do want to happen, and if people feel so inclined to do so, is call in and say how much their fathers mean to them. Call in and make a comment. Say thank their fathers for the good, because there's a lot of great dads out there. There's a lot of great dads out there. Now I don't know. The discussion has been ongoing, whether or not we get the same love, honor, and respect that Mother's Day get. But that's neither here nor there. We're not gonna get into that part of it today. But what we are going to do, if anybody's out there and they want to call in and say something nice about their dad, talk about their dad in any kind of positive way. We ain't here to bash nobody. We don't want nobody calling and talking about my dad is old deadbeat dad ain't nip. We don't want to. That's not where we're going today. But Leonard, what's going on in the political world before we get to Father's Day?
Well, of course, there's a lot of conversation related to, Juneteenth being made a public holiday, as
Mm-hmm.
well as this issue going back and forth with critical race teaching and things of that nature. However, what you do see very little of is see very little things of substance, and
Mm-hmm.
I think we don't want to get sidetracked by a lot of things and forget the business at hand as it relates to these particular elections and things that are coming up, and why we need people to understand we got to keep these people on the ropes as it relates to them serving in public office. And
Mm-hmm.
this is such a huge rally against people coming to the polls because, of course, we know that the GOP understands that high voter turnout equals losses for them. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the biggest issues is the fact that democracy is depending on people right now to come out and vote. This can't be a feelings and in your feelings. It needs to be looked at it really what it really is, and it's a civic duty. And it should be afforded to all Americans. And it should be made easy for all Americans to do. If you don't make sure that these people in office are held accountable, removed from their positions of authority for unethical behavior or anything that's divisive. For instance, the investigations into January 6th.
Yes.
As long as you allow people who sympathize with that type of behavior to sit in
Mm-hmm.
seats of authority, you're gonna have a problem. So
Mm-hmm.
we need to make sure we strategic about it in our local areas, at state levels, and at federal. You know, it's a lot goes on Capitol Hill, and a lot of it is to support exactly what we fighting for. America stands for is that's the right of the people to govern, as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to individuals who have sold out to corporate America, and that's why it seems as if the American people are last on the agenda. Anything you're fighting for instance, the
Mm-hmm.
huge battle between how do we support Americans during this COVID pandemic, losing jobs, losing homes, and all these types of things. There is clearly one side that is for the people and one side that is for the interests of huge wealthy companies.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have one of the huge wealthy companies, you need to be voting on the
Exactly.
side that supports you. All this stuff
Mm-hmm.
about 1619 Project and everything like that is just a bunch of people trying to cover up the lies that their great grandfathers and grandfathers have told, the lies that they have made money off of, and the
Mm-hmm.
perception somehow that they are right when they are not.
Mm-hmm.
They're liars. This is why they don't want you to teach critical race theory in schools. This is why they're trying to do everything they can when, say, for instance, you have somebody running on a platform of education.
Mm-hmm. Come on.
How can you talk about education and not talk about kids?
Mm-hmm. Can't.
If you're watching board meetings, is your board of education talking about more how money is spent or how kids are educated properly?
Mm-hmm. Majority of the time, they're talking about how the money is spent.
Pretty much about how the money is spent. Exactly. And you have to
Mm-hmm.
realize there's a lot of money in a lot of these budgets. For instance, right here in Georgia, Fulton County has about $1 billion budget by itself.
Mm. Lord.
Itself. It's not including the surrounding counties. This is
Mm-hmm.
just Fulton County.
Mm.
That money should be spent on the people of Fulton
Now,
County.
how much money you say?
About $1 billion budget in Fulton County.
Some whole cities and sometimes some of the smaller states may not have that much money by themselves.
There are countries around the world that don't have that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So there's never
Wow.
an issue of money. Remember when we don't have, yes, you do. You got it. You've
Mhm.
always had it. You just don't
Mhm.
want to spend it on the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and all these false investigations into election fraud and things like that on the voter level is absolutely ridiculous.
And how much money is that really costing? Because that's to do that as many times as your former president want to do that. You know that costs money. It's not a free practice, and he wants to do it. He's done it over and over and over. Let's do it again. Let's do it again. Hold on, brother. You got to understand that this costs money. This is not free. Okay, we could do it as many times as you want to do it, as long as you paying for it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just really just wasting money that could
Yeah.
be spent better. We remember former administration when this was brought to the table, really, during the Obama administration, the need for election security.
Yeah.
Not disenfranchising people, but election security to protect the vote from people or interferences such as Russian interference or anyone that tries to interfere with our elections.
Exactly.
If we can go across the water and start wars about it, we need more about it right here.
Yeah. Priority. It goes into priority. What we have an issue with prioritizing things, man, because and one of the reasons why I say that, because if you have this former president that you know there's issues going on in this country, it really goes, honestly speaking, it goes down to what they care about, basically.
And also, why would you fight for a person that is entire family could possibly be indicted for wrongdoing?
Yeah.
That whole conversation is ridiculous. Those people are ridiculous. They are extremists. Remember, we had a former district attorney who thought, excuse me, certain type of extremism should be looked into.
Yeah.
See, when you put, that's why I don't like putting black in front of things. White in front of it. White extremism. Because that's what's going on. It never was black extremism at all. It was always white extremism. And you see what happened on January the 6th.
Yes, sir.
Had he not been focusing on black extremism, the real threat were these white folks down there on January the 6th.
And still, nothing has really happened to them yet.
There are several people.
Okay, you froze on.
Hopefully, they will be pursued. You know, because they need to be brought to justice. I know we have several people who have sat in prisons supposedly for things.
Yes.
As political prisoners. And what most of them had in common is that they was black.
Yep.
But now all of a sudden, These you don't want to hold these people responsible for actually attacking America. They're no
Mm-hmm.
better than the Japanese attacking Pearl Harbor.
And they walked through. They walked through the Capitol building, voicing what they wanted to do or
Yeah,
what their
on
agenda
camera
was.
stealing and looting the Capitol.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But some man, it is what it is. So hopefully those investigations will continue. Got to definitely make sure that we keep up with the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
Supreme Court making various decisions as they relate to. Once again, you have abortion rights being challenged again in various states that the
Mm-hmm.
Supreme Court has to constantly address. So you have those issues as it relates to women's right to do things. I think somebody gay should come onto the show and talk about gay rights because I still ain't figured that out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what you have not been able to do.
Yeah. What have you been
So you
discriminating?
need to clarify that for people because that's getting a little funky too.
Mm-hmm. And if there's any our brothers and sisters out there that's in the LGBTQ, is that I don't want to be disrespectful, but if there's anybody out there that's in that community and you want to call in and express what you feel about it, what is it? What rights are we talking about? Give us a call 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. Give us a call. We love to talk to you as well. Give us a clearer understanding as to what it is that you think you've been discriminated against, or what has been held back from you. Because I'm really not clear myself. But you being a part of that community, I'm sure that you could voice it in a way that maybe I or Leonard have not looked at or understand. So give us a call, 678-381-1973. Leonard, yesterday was Father's Day. And I say that we're not going to get too much into this debate type thing, who this and who that and who that. But Leonard, truth of the matter, do we get the same benefits in Father's Day as mothers get in Mother's Day?
I don't know. I mean, I do.
Mm-hmm. As a whole,
I don't think it's a big issue. If there
Mhm.
wasn't such an issue of fathers not being there, I don't think you would have the other issue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people that are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
But
I'm not looking.
I have four daughters. I'm gonna use me as an example here. I have four daughters, and all my daughters, they got their own personality, as everybody do. But my thing is this: if one of my daughters do something wrong, and do something that I don't feel is right, I can't go chastise the other three on what the one did. I have to go to that particular daughter. Baby, look here, let me talk to you for a second. This is what happened. This is what you did, blah, blah, blah. And hopefully have a conversation. And from that conversation, we don't have to take the thing any further. There's a lot of dads out there, true of the matter, true indeed. I was listening to what they were saying about Carmelo this morning and how the situation he's in right now. Nick Cannon, the situation he's in right now. These supposed to be quote unquote celebrities. Not saying that they're any better than anybody.
What situation is Nick in?
Man, he got a baby on the way. He's actually he's supposed to be dating what's that director's name? That director that had the situation with Monique.
Lee Daniels or something.
Lee Daniels supposed to be dating his niece. Have another young lady that's pregnant that just had a baby by him. He sent her over to France to have the baby because he didn't want Lala to find out about it. So he sent her all the way over to another country to have the baby. Now there's complications with the baby. I think it's twins, and one of them having some kind of birth defects. And the mother's trying to get in contact with him, and she went to the media, said she can't get him, said she can't get in contact with him. And so these are celebrities. These are people have their lives. Things happen in people's lives, whatever. Like I said, when I say celebrities, that does not mean that because of the fact that they have that title or position of being a celebrity that it makes them any better than anybody else, because it doesn't. It does not. They got their own issues just like everybody else. But my thing is this right here. There's a lot of great dads out there. And yes, there are some that's not doing exactly what they're supposed to do. I say honor the ones that's doing good. Like we talk about the police department. There's some good police out there, but we know there's some bad ones. But are we gonna paint with a big brush and say all police officers are just terrible? Can we do that, Leonard?
No, that's ignorant. I mean, why would anybody do that? But
Hmm.
just the whole issue, not being very big on holidays myself. A
Hmm.
lot of people can find reasons to be miserable on that day.
Hmm.
So if that's what you're looking for, that's probably what you're gonna get.
You think
You
people?
know your situation and you know your family 364 days out of the year.
Yes, sir.
365 ain't no different. That one day ain't no different.
Hmm.
So if you and
Exactly.
your father didn't have a great relationship on the other 364, ain't no sense in pretending on 365.
Hmm. But see, my thing is right here, and I want to make sure that everybody hear me. And if you have a minute or two, you don't have to stay real long. However much time you got. Let's call in and let's pay honor to the good dads out there. You have a good dad that's been doing everything that he can do and that he should do, or that you think that is possible for a dad to do, and you want to honor him. You want to honor him in some kind of way. Give us a call, 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Give us a call. We love to hear from you. We love to hear about your experience. Now, we do know and we do understand that not all dads are dads. Some of them are just, people that done horizontal mumble with your mom, and they have no interest in being a dad or being in people's lives or whatever, being in anybody's lives. Some of them are very selfish, but there are some out there that's absolutely amazing. Those are the ones that we want to highlight today. What's on your heart, Leonard?
Well, we'll see.
Hmm.
My
I'm
dad
in.
died when I was very young.
Yeah,
But
mine
he
too.
was a good guy. My dad did everything he was supposed to do, preach the gospel,
Hmm.
everything of that nature. One thing I learned from him about being a real man:
Hmm.
be better.
Yeah.
You got to be better.
Hmm.
You should never need what a woman needs.
Hmm.
You should never need what a child needs.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't care for weak men.
Hmm.
I don't care for men that don't take care of business. I
Hmm.
really I really don't. I don't like men with excuses for everything. Men
Let's let,
should be just that.
let's do this for a second, Leonard, and this is certainly for some of the listeners that's listening out there. Uh,
And God bless Nick Cannon.
yeah, Nick got some stuff going on with him, but Nick,
Nick
Nick make
like women and he like kids, just like everybody else, like a lot of people.
yeah
He got a lot of money. He can afford it.
he like kids a whole lot.
No excuses for rich people and their behavior.
Mhm. Give us a call, y'all. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Let me know what's on your heart. And I'm interested to find out how many people is actually going to take an opportunity to call in and to thank their dads. I'm interested. It would be real good just to see people call in. And I'm much like you, Leonard. My dad died when I was a very young man. I was very young when he passed away, and so I didn't have that experience biological, but I had so many uncles and stuff like that, man, that stepped in
Oh,
and
most definitely.
yeah, I had some great uncles, man. Some of them didn't always do the right things, but they had the right intentions, and they poured some things into me, and some things I had to take my cup, turn it over, man, because I ain't need it in me. But but like I say, people do. I think people as a whole, Leonard. I think people as a whole, and this certainly does not include everybody, but I think people as a whole are good, and they want to do right. They want to do good things. You certainly have the other elements, but what do you say to that? Do you think as a whole people are good?
No, too many bad
Wow.
people. Too many bad people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 50% of them voted for Trump.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
So that whole notion that folks are just no, never been under that assumption because I'm
Mm-hmm.
always looking out for myself and things around me and my environment. And there are just a lot of negative things out there. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of terrible things to be a part of, and
Mm-hmm.
those things are usually have more than enough participation from rotten people.
Mm-hmm.
I know a
Mm.
lot of rotten people that do a lot of rotten things. You can read about it in the news every day. It seems to be everywhere you go. So no,
Mm-hmm.
people are not naturally good. I don't care what color you come in, neither.
No, it has nothing to do with color. I mean, I know bad people I don't care what color you look at, or polka dot striped or lily or whatever. I know some bad people that look just like you.
Right. And the
Just like
evidence and the data supports the fact that
you.
people are not innately good. They're just not.
Hmm. Exactly.
You have to
Um.
taught. You have to be taught to be a decent person.
Hmm. And is it taught enough?
No, no.
Mhm. Now,
That's what
now,
one of the big things about public school that's very important in those developmental years is it teaches you how to get along with people, how to share with people, how to
mm,
realize that everybody's has value. Those beginning years, it's easier for children to understand. Would you want someone to do that to you? Then don't do that to them. They make
mhm,
friends a lot faster and things of that nature when you teach and you cultivate that type of behavior.
mhm. Now, Leonard, what you said, what basically what you're saying is you're talking a little bit about, or maybe talking directly about, the golden rule, do unto others as you
Yes.
want others to do unto you. How did we get away from that?
Well, y'all don't want Jesus, so y'all don't. A lot of these things you don't have.
Mm,
See, when you don't
come
have
on.
religion,
Mhm,
you don't have a lot of times the teaching on moral values.
mhm,
Now, I don't know where other people get their moral values from, other than their parents or some type of religious framework that they were raised in. That type, whether it be Christianity, Buddhism,
mm,
Islam, or whatever it may be.
mhm,
If you don't teach it, you won't have it. If you don't teach these things in your home to your children, they
mhm.
have to learn it somewhere else if they learn it at all.
And somewhere else it may not be a good source, if you will.
What
What do you
that mean, Ryan? Being messy. What that mean?
say? The streets might not teach them like you want to teach them, or like you want them to be taught.
Well, the streets has moral values as well.
Wow.
Yeah, you would be surprised, but yes, they do. There are certain things that are not tolerated, like
Mm,
disrespect.
yeah, yeah. But there,
Disrespect is something you should learn early in life. What that means.
but there's so many things, Leonard, that's out there that in the street. There's some games out there, man, that if you ain't ready for it, man, like the tricks and all about nature say, if you don't know about the street, don't come in the street, because you'll get eat up by the street. Keep your blank 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 out of the streets, is what he said in one of his songs. Um, and so if you go out there gullible, man, them streets will eat you up and spit you out,
And
man.
you shouldn't be gullible nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You shouldn't be gullible anywhere. And that's just the thing. I am learning more often now that people aren't as, I'm trying to search for a word because it's not intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of suckers out here
Yeah.
for whatever reason. I don't know why and I think it has something to do with wanting to be something other than who you are.
And see, the thing about it, one of the presidents, I think it was Nixon, or one of them, Ford, one of them said, somebody said, I don't know who it was. You probably know, you're a historian like that. Said there was a sucker born every day.
Every minute. There used to be a
Every
sucker
minute,
born
yes,
every
sir.
minute.
Yeah.
But that's very difficult because we see a lot of people getting in trouble and things of
Hmm.
that nature, especially when they're young. And the
Hmm.
only thing you can say as a parent, why are you so stupid?
Yeah.
You know
Wow.
good and well I told you everything about this, that, or the other. That don't even look like a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you involved in it? See, I have a problem with people who get involved with things and then call everybody else nasty.
Mm.
Why you involved?
Yeah.
Because you nasty. That's why you involved.
Exactly.
We're
Exactly. You
talking
know.
about everybody else and stop participating in BS.
Mm-hmm. So basically, they have identified themselves.
Right. If you long as you're searching for yourself, somebody can make you what they want you to be.
Mm.
Why would I take your opinion for anything? Why?
Mm.
About me? Why?
Now, Kurt, there's some slick tongued brothers out there and sisters.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how you like, that's why I used to never want a daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Because how can I teach you, take care of you, provide for you all your life? And you tell me that some other little boy love you more than me.
Mm. Wow.
Sorry.
Mm.
That's ignorant.
It doesn't line up.
No, it doesn't. And so, we have to look at those things when it comes to being a dad. And my father used to say, you ain't gotta like me.
Mm-hmm.
I am not your friend.
Yeah.
I am your father.
Mm-hmm. Mhm.
Don't ever get it twisted.
And see, that's a conversation I had to have a couple of times. Like I said, I have daughters, but I had to have that conversation with them as well. I'm not here to be your friend. I'm not here to be
No,
your friend. You know,
no.
the moment that I come here and I try and be your friend, then I failed you as a father. I failed
Yes.
you. And
Yes.
that's
I
and that,
can be
that's
friendly. I'm very friendly.
yes, absolutely, absolutely. But my thing is, if there's a situation or something going on, I'm not here to be your friend.
No.
You might 9 times out of 10, you might not like any of what I say to you. I mean,
Right.
and my thing is, I'm not gonna say anything mean, nasty, or cruel. I'm not gonna try to break you down, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm
For
gonna tell
instance,
you the truth.
my son sent me a message.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go outside?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go. You want to go ride a skateboard or something like that? No,
Mm-hmm.
because it's too early to be going by people's house.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why.
Mm-hmm.
See, if you don't tell a kid things, kids don't know. Like when
Mm-hmm.
little kids used to knock on my door to play with my kids, whatever. First of all, you can't come to my house if you ain't got no shoes on.
Mm-hmm.
That's one. If you don't have shoes, I'll make sure you get some.
Yeah.
But don't
Yeah.
knock on this door no more before 12 o'clock looking for him.
Mm-hmm. Now go
Matter
home.
of fact, you should be looking for some chores to do
Mm-hmm.
before you out here this early in the morning looking like you ain't washed your face and brushed your teeth.
And let it be like, and if you ain't got none, I'll find something for you.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We can get it done now.
Yeah. I can find something for you too. There's always something to do now.
But
That's
see,
the one.
with kids, you have to be this way because they're learning.
Yeah.
And my son will, saying it frustrates you, as every parent knows. Like I
Mm-hmm.
always tell my wife, she'll say, you should, how was he supposed to know?
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell him? So why are
Mm-hmm.
you holding him accountable for something you never taught or told him about?
Yeah. Yeah.
He don't know.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing about being a kid. They don't know sometimes. And you have to tell them because you're the parent. If what they
Mm-hmm.
don't know, they should be able to come to you and ask you because you're the parent.
Yep.
That's how they learn to be a little human being from their parents.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we all see what happens when you don't have good parents.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's why I always support kids who make it regardless of where they came from, regardless
Mm-hmm.
of what they call or what has been done to them. These
Mm-hmm.
kids are making it, some of them, on their own,
Yes. Yes.
simply
Absolutely.
because parents are not doing what they are supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, it's easy to understand in a situation. And, of course, I don't care for your topic today, but
Mm-hmm.
at least people can understand. And when men, we don't get this because it's not about you per
Mm-hmm.
se, it's about the perception of fathers and what has been going on for these past couple of generations.
Do people understand? Do people in this generation that we're in right now, in this era that we're in right now, Leonard, do you think people really understand what fatherhood is?
Yes and no. I think they
Mm-hmm.
know when it's missing. I think I know what they a lot of folks I'm observing with people who are having kids of their own
Mm-hmm.
who did not have decent parents.
Mm-hmm.
They have a desire to be good, better parents.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times you hear these young men say, I want to be there because my father was not there.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what I missed. So
Mm-hmm.
I want to be there for my child because
Mm-hmm.
no one was there for me. So some children react that way,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just excellent because they know what it was like.
But what do they get the blueprint? Because being there is one
Home,
thing. Say it again.
you get it from home. If you don't get it from home, you don't get
Mm-hmm.
it. You have to go get it. You have to find it.
Yeah, and that's my point right there. Because a lot of time, what you said just now, and piggybacking off what you said, I wanted to be there because my father was not, and so they don't have the example or the role model of what a father's supposed to be because their dad was never there. So how do they know what to do?
Well, you can read books, of course, but you
Mm-hmm.
can also talk to people who are good fathers.
Mm-hmm.
You can surround yourself around people who take care of their children and love their
Mm-hmm.
children. A lot of people would go to church
Mm-hmm.
because there was always role models in church on people who were trying to live right. And
Mm-hmm.
so you would find some kids actually would start just being with other families in the neighborhood sometimes. So that's where they learn. My friends can remember when my dad used to talk to them and take them fishing and everything,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because those were the things we did as a kid. And they remember that. So you can have an uncle, if your father's not available, your uncle, you could have your friend's dad, maybe a great father. And this
Mm-hmm.
is where a lot of those people learn that, hey, maybe my upbringing in my home is lacking something.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you see, you would assume that no one's dad was at home if you come from a home where there was no dad.
Mm-hmm.
You would think that that was normal until you
Mm-hmm.
got around other children talking about their father.
Yes, sir.
So
Mm-hmm.
you start learning these things. Wait a minute, where my dad at?
Mm-hmm.
Then you go ask your mama. Who knows what she would say? That's a big responsibility of being a mother.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting around acting like your child ain't got no daddy makes you a liar.
Yes, sir.
And makes them not trust you.
Mm-hmm.
Because even though they may love you and they know you're a primary caregiver, you can't act as if there is something that was not poured into them that caused them to be.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly.
So that's the thing that really people start looking for in their lives. You hear a lot of people talk about finding their dad,
Mm-hmm.
not finding the best stories in the world. Some people
Mm-hmm.
locate their fathers and realize their fathers didn't even know they existed.
Wow.
And that's to no fault of their own.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of different issues, a lot of different relationship issues with fatherhood. There's no sense in celebrating Father's Day if you don't have a great relationship with your dad.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
What you gonna
Exactly.
celebrate?
Mm-hmm.
And then men who sit around getting the attitude, we don't get this. Grow up.
Mm-hmm.
What was you supposed to get? What you supposed to
Well,
get?
and let me play that role for a second. What I was supposed to have him, he was supposed to be there to teach me the things that I'm supposed to know. I see little Barry over there. His dad is always there. We play football on the same team, and Barry dad is always there at his game. He's cheering for me, and Barry could look out there and see his dad in the stand. And I never had that. Why can't I have that?
You can't determine everything. You need to
Mm-hmm.
find out why your mother, and why was your mother with someone like that?
Mm-hmm.
Why, how did this relationship and how did you come to be?
Mm-hmm.
How did you come to be?
Well, my mama told me that she my mama and my daddy.
Well, your mama's a liar.
You can't talk about my mama.
I can say what I want.
My mama
See, I
ain't
was
no.
that type of kid. I was that type of kid.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about you, your mama, your dad, and everybody else.
My mama said she my mama, and she said she my daddy too.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what my mama said, and you can't tell me about my mama.
But then again, your own brain,
Mm-hmm.
your own person is gonna ask you that same question.
Mm-hmm.
Because you come from two, not from one.
Mm-hmm.
You come from a union of two, not from one.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as you try to erase whoever your mama trying to erase this other side of you, she's the one that's doing you the greatest injustice. There's some
Mm-hmm.
mother that won't even tell the child
Yeah.
who the father
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm.
May not know.
How selfish is that?
It's extremely selfish, but people are this way.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we should be more strategic about who we mate with.
Mm-hmm.
If you want a good man, you can't mate with a dog.
And see, I was about to go right there, man. When you say mate, that sound like a doggone animal, man.
No, if you're gonna make some babies, that's what you're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all be lying and talking about y'all making love and all this foolishness.
When
No,
ain't no
you're
love,
not.
ain't no love in the equation nowhere.
No,
They have,
you're making babies. You're
they
screwing
having,
and babies is coming out. That's what you do.
mm-hmm.
That's how it works. That's how it works. You ain't even
Mm-hmm.
gotta love nobody to make a baby.
Mm-hmm.
You should at least love one another.
It's just exchange those juices, those fluids.
All right, you can't
And,
expect great children if you don't raise them in loving relationships. Then they're not
mm-hmm.
going to understand what a loving relationship looks like, or even a cordial one for that matter. But what you ain't going to have to teach them is how to lay on top of one another.
Mm-hmm. How many how many tears um have been shed because of the fact that mothers have misled their children into believing that the dad didn't want them when really she was
Right,
just keeping them away from their dad.
right, and that's just so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Is that there should be appeal to mothers more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Help the children find their fathers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you don't like him.
Yeah. Ain't got nothing to do with like.
You liked him for a few minutes anyway.
Mm-hmm.
At one point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Now you need to explain to your child how somebody you don't like and how somebody what you lay down with him for.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's a lot harder conversation than this is your dad, I'll help you find.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973. Again, 678-381-1973. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. Tell us what you think. We're talking about Father's Day with a question mark at the end. How important is Father's Day to you? Does it matter at all? Did you do anything for your dad? Have you seen him lately? Do you still love him? Does he still love you? Give us a call. If you want to pay some honor to your dad, if you have a great dad out there and you want to pay some honor to him, easy. Give us a call. 678-381-1973. We'll open up the phone lines. You can talk and tell us how great your dad is. And we love to hear that. We love to hear that. That's the good news of the day. And we always want to have some good news of the day. Can't always be bad. Talk to me, Leonard.
No, it shouldn't always be bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not if you're trying to do some good. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I think it's
Mm-hmm.
more in the trying to do a thing sometimes. I'm trying to do the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
I
How tough is
choose
that?
to do the right thing.
How tough is that sometimes, Leonard?
It depends. When I was younger, it was more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
But I always knew what the right thing was to do.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
I've
you said
always tried to do that.
it's tougher on a 25-year-old than it is for you to do the right thing?
Mm-hmm. It can be. It depends on your environment.
Yeah.
It's like that's why I don't go to strip clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even play that game with myself.
Yeah.
Big
And
deal.
I don't either, man, because transparency, I got some little transparency in me. I don't want to go to the candy store if I can't have no candy.
Nah, my thing is if I go, I'm getting it. I've had
Stay
fun
home.
at, but it wasn't a big part of my life. But I've been in strip clubs and things like that. But it's when you are a Christian,
Mm-hmm.
you see the evil in things.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
so I've tried to avoid those things as much as possible.
Let's stay right there for a second, Leonard, because that has the foundation of a great conversation. Excuse me, man. I got to yawn this much. Man, I just got back from
But
Virginia.
turn the lights off, put your head down, go sleep.
Man,
It's a Monday. I'm completely irresponsible on Mondays.
yeah, had to go visit your niece, man, over the weekend, man. We drove up to Virginia and hung out with Mary.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, 9 hours, man. I left here. I did the broadcast Friday night, which ended at 8 o'clock, and
Hmm.
I went home. Broke everything down, went home, got in the bed, slept about an hour and a half, and drove 9 hours.
Hey, that's what you do. You
Mhm.
want to see your daughter.
Yeah, and what I forgot though, I forgot driving 9 hours. In order to get home, I had to drive 9 more hours.
Oh yeah, it's gonna take you a minute now. You're not gonna
Yeah,
just run down there and run back like that without a day or two in between.
exactly. I was like, wow.
But see, I love to drive myself. I love driving.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, and I drove. Actually, my wife helped me a little bit on the way there. She drove a couple hours on the way there because she had already got some rest, before I got home. On the way back, Leonard, I wasn't gonna relinquish that wheel, and it was raining too. It was raining real bad, so I rather take it in my hands. You know what I mean, and take the responsibility to make sure everybody get home than to put. Not that I don't
Yeah,
trust.
the weather was a little rough this weekend,
It was, man.
and there was
It's some.
God bless those people who had issues up north in Illinois and Chicago area, and I heard there was a tornado in
Mm,
some places as well. So that's very different too.
yeah,
You
and that's
know,
probably what we probably got some of that weather off of that because the
yeah.
rain was terrible, man. It was a lot of rain. But Leonard, how if someone wants to be, and let's talk about this part. If someone wants to be a great dad, but they don't have that role model like we spoke about earlier. If they really want to be a great dad, and I understand you say they could read books and things like that, and that's very true. But how could people come together? And look here, man. I see you trying, brother. I see you come around, and she give you a hard time every time you come around. I see you get a little frustrated because every time you come around to spend time with your kids, man, you have to listen to the mother. You have to listen to her and everything that she's doing.
Well,
How does?
look at everything you just there's something embedded in what you just said.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now you said when you come around, where you at? What do you mean when you come around? What does that
Well,
mean?
well, because the mother and the dad, they're no longer together as a couple. But
Okay, then say that.
yeah, they're no longer together as a couple. Since you want to hear me say it, definitely they're no longer together as a couple. But
Hmm.
but he still wants to be the dad. He still wants those are still my children. Those are still
Hmm.
my children. What regardless, or I know people say irregardless in a word, but either way, regardless of what the situation is between you and I, those are still my kids, and I
Hmm.
still have responsibility to those kids. Maybe not to you, but
Hmm.
so if you see this young man coming around, and every time he got a pep in his step when he come, but his head is hanging when he leave. What do you say to him? We got a couple of callers. Got to go to the callers as well. But what do you say? What do you say? How do you interact with him at all? If you interact at all?
Well, you got to have some man classes
Mm-hmm.
because it's
Mm,
not about her.
mm-hmm.
You're there to be a father to your children.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why you're there. That's what you
Mm-hmm.
should be focusing on.
Mm-hmm.
The mother should be irrelevant,
Mm,
you know. But that's why I wanted you to clarify what you was talking about,
mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
everybody don't live like that,
Yeah.
and that's not the majority of people's situation when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to that. Even women have coming around to learn all that animosity you got shows really how bad a person you are,
Mm,
than
mm,
opposed to that man that's coming to try to do right. He's
mm-hmm.
trying to come and see his children. You're
Yeah.
trying to keep him from that. So already it's 2 against 1.
Mm-hmm.
That child wants to be involved with the father wants to be in the child, and here are you sitting the one trying to be divisive.
You trying to be the roadblock?
You're the evil one.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. Let's go to the phone line. 301 area code. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, I was calling, man. He answered the phone, man. I need my money. That's what I was calling. Money.
Hey,
My
little y'all.
man, Minister Neil. Minister Neil.
Hey, man. Happy Father's Day to you, Doctor. I didn't
Yes,
get a
sir.
chance to call in
Thank
on
you.
Friday. Catch up with you. So I'm a little busy.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to thank you. Thank you. I wanted to, call in and just say Happy Father's Day to you guys. Man.
Yes, sir.
Glad
Appreciate it.
you really get a
Likewise.
chance to call in.
Yes, sir.
And,
Mm-hmm.
but man, back to my money. I'm telling you, hey, Leonard, you still weekend. You see him get winking, and hey, just let him know Ali stung him like a sting like a bee. Big old thing was saying like that.
That Cash App can take care of that. That Cash App can take care of that. Just
Exactly.
Cash App.
Hey, that's right. Because I'm telling about. Because he's something else, man.
Lord.
Always talking about, he'll try to play these games and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna tell it. Nobody else. I'm gonna tell it on the mountain.
Yeah, tell it on the mountain top, not just the mountain, but the mountain top.
I'm telling it on the mountain.
Exactly.
So it's an awesome topic, man, and I truly was listening for a minute, and I had to call in because I mean everybody knows that my situation with my son, and one of the things I try to convey to fathers all the time is to, biblically over in Psalms 127:3, it says that a child is a gift from God. So I always ask, and I pose this question to a man. I don't know no one walking the face of the earth that do not want a gift in some kind of way. If you out there, you tell me you don't want a gift for your birthday or whatever. You don't want a birthday.
Yeah.
You want to be recognized. So that's what a gift does. It recognizes you. So my whole thing is, that's the case, why are we squandering His gift to us?
Yes.
By not taking care of a child or children, I want to say. And I say that because a lot of times we are at certain circumstances where we can, as men, we can step in and we can actually do more than sometimes I hear y'all talk about the mothers. I tell anybody, it's not a court that stop me from seeing my child.
Exactly.
Not a court. Not a court. I have no problem when I call her and tell her, you meet me with that child, you meet me with the police. I'm gonna cut a donkey. That's my child. I don't want to hear all that. Well, I did this.
Yeah.
If I'm stepping in, I'm stepping in. And that's what we have to do as men. We have to have more authority in stepping in with these children, because a lot of times these kids, like I've heard people say this all the time. I wish my father was there. I wish my father was this. I wish my father was that. So brothers, we got to stand up. If you're gonna stand up, stand all the way up. Don't stand halfway up.
Hey, come on. Yes, sir.
And that's what boggles my mind. Well, she won't let me. She won't let you. Okay. Okay. But you ain't got no problem with doing whatever else you want to do. I got guys. I ain't gonna say no name, but I got somebody in my family right now that his kids are of age. I'm talking about 19 and 25. They didn't even call him yesterday. They didn't even call him. They didn't call him. He didn't call them. And I asked him, I said, why you didn't call him? Well, it's Father's Day, bro. But you haven't been a father. So don't you think you need to kick in and stop being their father?
Yeah. Exactly.
But again, Psalms 127:3 says it's a gift from God. So are you gonna squander your gift, brother? That's all I'm saying to you.
Exactly. Okay. We got another call. From 678 area code. I think just Toya with a T, and we got another caller from 803. Hold on, we're coming to you next. Toya with a T. What's on your heart, sis? Good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, y'all. It's doing. Hello.
Hey, good morning. How you doing there? How you doing this morning?
Right. I need to switch phones real quick, but all is well, man. Happy belated Father's Day to all the kings, man, and good morning.
Good morning to you. You say you're gonna switch lines?
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. Call right back. We got someone from the 803 area code. 803 area code. What's your name? How you doing this morning?
Good morning. This is Sherelle.
Sherelle, we're talking about Father's Day with a question mark on the end. And if anybody have anything they want to say good about their fathers or whatever, or our fathers stepping up and doing the things that they're supposed to do. Let's start right there with you. What do you say to that?
You said our fathers doing what they're supposed to do?
Yes.
Not all. I mean, I don't know what these fathers out here doing
Mm-hmm.
behind closed doors. But I mean, are all of them? No, but there are some out here doing exactly what they can do with what they have and the best that they can.
Mm-hmm.
So the men that I know in my life are exceptional fathers. So they're
Good.
doing a
Good.
very good job. You know what I'm saying? So, and I salute every last one of them, to include Happy Father's Day, late Father's Day,
Mm-hmm.
to anybody on
Appreciate
the
it.
line.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I know some good men, amazing men. So the men that I make our connection with, from what I see, are doing a wonderful job.
Okay. Now, what do you say to your sister sometime when a young man, he really wants to do the right thing, he really wants to be there for his kids, he really wants to be that father figure, that father figure to his children, but the mother, because the relationship didn't work the way it was supposed to work, she try to hold them kids away from the dad, talk bad about the dad, and the dad, he just want to do his part. He want to do what he's supposed to do. What do you say to one of your sisters, Sherelle, that's in that situation and trying to hold them kids from the father?
I'm direct with it. I've experienced that before. I had a homegirl try to do that, but I mean, I know paternal laws in my state, so if she piped down real fast,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So it's just a woman, and actually a woman's gonna do what you allow them to do
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to stuff like that. If you're a father who really wants to be in your child's life, you're gonna do what it takes to be in your child's life. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Now, women are bitter sometimes when it comes to stuff like that. Women will try to, no, you can't see my child. No, you can't this. No, you can't that. It's on you on how you handle that. If you allow her to do that, then I mean, you're the problem too. As a man, you're the problem too.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's ways you can see your child. For example, me, I can't go to my son's father and say, "Oh, you're not going to see your child." He's not going to even allow that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it will just be a problem with me and him. You see what I'm saying? So, and he will make it a problem until he sees his child. Whether it's court, whether it's street, he will make it a problem. But he loves his child that much to where nobody's going to tell him, no, I can't be in his life. I deal with different types of people, but I did have that happen with one of my homegirls before, until I started pulling out South Carolina paternal laws on. Well, you know, he could do this. But a lot of men don't know that. You know what I'm saying? You know, if he wanted to, he could do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I could tell him to do this, and then you'll be shut down. So which route you want to take? You know, but a lot of them are very bitter. So if I can't have you, you're not gonna. They try to kind of use the child as a puppet with these men, which I don't agree with no female who does that. To be honest with you, let the hurt go. You know, I don't have to be with you to raise my child. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just let that hurt go. Let it go.
And let me ask you this one question. We got another call. I think this Toya called back in. I want to go to her as well. Now I want to hear Leonard's take on it. But what do you say to your sister? And I hear this all the time. I know you heard it as well. Well, they don't need no dad. I'm their mother and their father. I'm their mother and their father. Give me the gifts on Father's Day because I'm the mom and the dad. Realistically, does that make sense?
Realistically,
yes.
I hate to cuss on your show, but realistically, they can go to hell. I mean, I hate to cuss on your show.
Yeah.
But realistically, they can go to hell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And but I don't like females like that. I really don't. I don't surround myself with females like that, or I will shut it down if I hear it. But you realistically, you are the mom and the dad. Why? Because you're choosing to be that. You're not allowing me in because you hurt or whatever you're going through or whatever. And then we can honestly say that some people don't. Some people are in a state, a mental state where maybe they don't know how to let the man lead and be the father. So I can't say that maybe for the little 2% out there, maybe 1% out there, but everybody else know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. They use it. Well, you shouldn't have got pregnant if you knew you was going to be tied to it. And I'll be the one to ask the dudes, like, which ovary did you hit when y'all was having intercourse, the left one or the right one? Because there's no reason why she should be acting like this. You know, I don't I don't know. I don't deal with females like that
Yeah.
that I know of, or they had to present it to me today. But I cannot stand females like I'm the mama and the daddy. I don't like the whole Happy Father's Day to all the mothers out here doing it. I really don't like that statement, but I get it. But I don't like that statement.
Yeah.
Let them have their day. We get it. Let them have it, but let them have their day. There's a lot of people out here trying.
Yes.
A lot of people doing, and a lot of people wanting to do. But a woman's only going to do what a man allows them to do. But if you allow a woman to say all this stuff to you, then you're part of the problem too. Because I know stand-up men who won't allow that.
Exactly.
It's all in putting your foot down. So
yeah, it's a lot tied into it. Toya, what do you say to that, man? Your sisters that come up to you and they say, "Well, I'm my baby. I don't need him. I don't need no man. I'm my baby's mother and my baby's daddy. Give me the present on Father's Day." Toya with a T. Realistically, what's really going on? Toya with a T.
Well, you know that. That's kind of deep. I get it, and I don't get it. You know, I was raised by my dad, so he could have been pulling that, give me a Mother's Day and a Father's Day too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, no, things happen. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what's wrong with the kids right now. You don't do that. You don't have that kind of discourse around the children. You don't even have that in the spirit in the air. You know what I mean? Structure is key. Right? I feel like we all know before we do that it should be a certain order if we really want to be around our kids. And I'm starting to see now that if we really real, we're going to be really real. And if you're not going to follow the order, you're going to have problems with the kids. I mean, like, that's why you got to get married and kind of stick together. And even in that, what if you still married to a deadbeat mom or dad? You know what I mean? We totally bypassing the whole love thing for foolery when it comes to our children. You know what I'm saying? Kids is the most important thing ever, and is a mom that is in a position where she is taking care of a child full time. Then yeah, I think she should get the props, just like if it was the dad. I don't think it's about choice. You know, things happen. But in all actuality, some of us, we just got some serious mental problems, man. We seriously possessed by the devil. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. Some of the stuff we got going on, and I'm just gonna be honest from a Black woman point of view, that's a possession of the devil to want everything. Come on with the jokes. All right. You a single parent for whatever reason, you know, let's just say it don't work. It don't have to be nothing off the wall. But for you to not understand the concept of what you're doing and I want the daddy gift and the mama gift, that's the spirit of greed, lady. We finna have a problem with the kids. That's the spirit of greed. This is what people need to be paying attention to. If you took more than 72 hours to know her, you would know that she had a spirit of greed. But that don't hide.
More than 72 hours.
So there are multiple factors.
More than 72 hours. Sometimes it takes a little more than 72 hours. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me. She say, I'm that baby's mother and that baby's daddy. Don't need no daddy. Don't need no man. I'm everything. Leonard, realistically, talk to me.
I would never tell my children that I'm their mother.
Come on.
Because I'm not.
Exactly.
There's no way I could. There's no way I could be their mother. I mean, just you know. But then again, you know how folks like to say things that make them feel better. You know, or to assert themselves or what have you. And you know, I never wanted to be in that type of predicament, so my life is not. You know, that's all I have to say. You know, I have a lot of people make a lot of excuses. I'm not in that position because I never wanted to be. I didn't even desire to do things that would put me in those positions. To be dealing with a woman like that. So men need to really think about that.
Leonard, is it evil? Is it evil or borderline? Is it, or how close to evil is it that she would tell her child that I'm your mother and your dad? You don't need him, you know, and then, you know, say whatever she's gonna say after that, you know, the verbiage that comes after that. But is that evil or even borderline evil?
Well, you know, I don't know why she's saying that. Maybe she's saying it to protect her child. Maybe the baby's father's dead.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know why she's saying it. I know it's just incorrect.
Mm-hmm.
It's not appropriate
Mm-hmm.
to say something that, and I'm not trying to be truthful with your child.
Mm.
You know, you may be fulfilling the duties of both, playing the role of both, but you're certainly not the child's father.
No.
And you shouldn't really tell children that, because what if they internalize this and they don't understand the importance of two?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know, that's what people have to understand. It's a I remember where, like the brother Minister Neil was saying about the children being a blessing from God.
Yes.
Let's back it up. Children born into relationships that God approves of are a blessing. Because the whole verse is based on the fact, I believe, that a man and a woman are together, bringing a child into the world. Think about it. Children are born out of rape.
Yeah.
Children are born out of incest. That's not good. That's evil. Yeah, see, that's evil. So, however you're thinking about it, we're giving our kids a bad perception if we get them so far away from the truth. Men and women should come together, join to one another, loving one another, and creating children. Anybody want to argue about it? 678-381-1973.
Good deal.
Yeah, right.
Good deal. We got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Caller, what's your name?
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out where I'm from, man.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you where you're from, brother. You from Alamolo, Mississippi. That's where you from. Alamolo, Mississippi. That's where you from, brother. That's the name of your town.
You know they got medicine for that, right?
He ain't gonna take it.
Ain't gonna take it. But you good. Donald Tucson, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Doing pretty good, man.
Good deal. Now
Happy belated Father's Day.
Thank you, brother, and likewise. Now listen, I know you've been listening to the broadcast. What's on your heart, man? I'm your mother and your daddy. You don't need him. What do you need him for? I do everything for you. Bring me my gifts on Mother's Day and Father's Day.
I cannot say. I can't say everything that's on my mind. So I just called in to listen in on you all for a minute because I remember. Well, how can I say this? My first children, their mom passed, and I didn't become the mother. I still am not their mother.
Exactly.
They still consider, even though she's gone, that place in their life only belonged to her. I can't even I was never able to even get another female to take that place.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm saying. There's people that been born one way or the other. They are here now. It takes two to tango. And you have a mother and a father. Now you might have a different situation, but you're not both. Otherwise, that's a freak of nature.
Yeah.
I can't say everything that I want to because I don't know. Maybe you got that going on in your life. Brother, I was finished. I was going to say it, and I'm going to go ahead and creep it out there. The only way everybody will find out is if you go in the pants down or raise your skirt.
Otherwise, it's a secret. Otherwise, it's a secret.
Sherelle, I ain't gonna play no game with you about it.
Exactly. Sherelle, what's on your heart, sis?
I'm just listening. I still stand on how I feel about it. I don't deal with females like that. You're not gonna tell me the way that you, the father and the mother, wish you not. Whether you, and I'm not dismissing nobody, because some kids are born, incest and rape. I'm not dismissing that. But we have to get that counseling and stuff. Even though I still don't consider you mama and daddy, even if that does happen.
Yeah.
And I'm not being insensitive about it at all. It's just that I don't like that I'm your mama and daddy. No, you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you're not. And I'm that person who would be like, no, you're not.
Yeah.
So stop saying that. But a lot of times outside of incest, rape, and stuff like that, and how children are born, outside of that, I'm still gonna say, you're not. Yeah. I'm just that friend or that female that will be direct like that. I don't care what you're going through, and then don't badmouth that father to that child.
Exactly.
Either. You know what I'm saying? Badmouth them to yourself, but not to that child, because you don't want them to form children. Children learn based off of experience and what they hear and stuff like that. So you don't want them growing up telling the teacher, "Oh, my daddy ain't shit." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
da. You know what I'm saying? Because you said it. Well, how did you figure that, little Tommy? Oh, because my mama said it. You see what I'm saying? Now the teacher has to have a conversation with you. Okay, be mindful of what you're saying to your child, because you know what I'm saying. So I would never do that. I don't badmouth, even if my children's fathers wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? It was once upon a time me and my child's father was not on good terms at all. Not one time did I badmouth him at all. I don't care how angry, and I wanted to kill him. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I did not go to my child and say, "Your daddy don't love you."
Yeah.
Your daddy don't do something. Your dad loves you. You know what I'm saying? You'll see your dad. I'm not that female. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, fathers do try their hardest. They do. I think they have it probably worse than they have it bad out here. Yeah. They do. But I'm sensitive to stuff like that, because I try to fight for these men, and but a lot of them ain't doing that too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I try my hardest. But these females that's like that, I don't even want to hear it, because I'm the one who'll tell you. I'll check you right on sight.
Exactly.
I will.
That's good. Toya with the T, let me ask you this question: if the dad is sending gifts to the children, he's sending gifts or whatever to the kids, just trying to make up or whatever. But she get every time the gift come there, she take it out the package. Take everything that symbolizes him, and say, look what I bought you. Look what I bought you, Jimmy. Mama bought you this. Now, how trifling is that?
Oh, yeah, it's a special place in hell for people like that. See, now you're a liar. Now you're a liar and a manipulator. You're a liar, a manipulator, and a cheat. So you know what your little kids is going to be? Probably little liars and manipulators and cheats. Unless, of course, now, when God gets intervened, them kids going to be covered. Now, they're going to be looking at you like you crazy. Y'all have a problem on your hands. They see that you are a liar and a cheat. But no, we're going to be like that. In this crazy world, man. And I'm talking from the outside, right? I'm not talking from the normal people. I'm talking about from the project side.
Yeah.
And the lower poverty level side. And the people that carry on like this, there are some real deep issues with comprehension, with being able to express yourself, and with anger. And again, I've been talking to my parents.
All right, everybody. Y'all know who this is. This is your boy.
The demonic possession. people in their right mind don't do and don't act like that. For the two people that just made a comment, Leonard made a comment on how he would present himself as a dad, and Shell, I think it was, just presenting herself as a woman. And again, people in their right mind are not going to do that to their children.
Mm-hmm.
They understand the concept of parenthood and fatherhood and motherhood, even if they're not getting along. People are in their right mind. Now, the people that normally practice this, which is normally on low level income people, there are some that don't, but the majority, lower level income, they got some issues that can't comprehend, are normally the ones that act like that. And when I tell you, it's the possession. It's a wicked, evil possession. You know, I know people do it all the time. Put people on child support after they done paid child support 17 years. Now, 18, you want to put them on child support, and the man paying another 20 years. The mama just told the kids at 30 something, oh well, yeah, I was lying. He did pay child support. But you had these kids angry all these years, thinking he wasn't doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? But then again, you got the other part. I was raised by my daddy. My father was like, straight up, listen here, lady. I know it ain't working, but I don't know how you're gonna do this because my kid's not leaving. Now you can go wherever you want to go. I prefer you not to go. But if you don't go, you can go ahead, but you will not be taking my kids.
Yeah.
And like someone said earlier, when you come upon, let me tell you something. I'm a whole lot of woman, okay? And I'm more man than a lot of men, even though I'm a woman. But when you come across a real man, a real one, there's nothing I can do with him. And I'm just being all honest. A real man. He gonna shut me down no matter how manly I think I am. So a real man, from his bones to the inside out, that's a God believer, that's not gonna happen. You're not going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be able to say those are mine, because he's gonna be there. He's gonna be in the mix. He's gonna be picking them up. He's gonna be making sure that he does his thing. It's only and I hate to have to say it, a weak Willy Wimple, whatever they call it, man that's gonna have a child way across yonder somewhere, and that woman have enough control to where she can take things out of boxes and say that she did it. No, that's not really how that go, man. Somebody is the dominant one, and it's clearly the woman. But like I said, now a real man, even if you separated, you gonna make sure that whatever it is, and ain't nobody gonna take that away from you.
Absolutely. Leonard, talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
Man, I like the way Toya said it, because I don't like to just generalize. If there's an issue, there's an issue. And we know what the issue is when it comes to fatherlessness in our community. And sit around and try to justify it, it just makes it worse. We need to talk about, we know what is right to do. We know what is the best thing to do for children. So we need to do those things. We don't need to be continually talk about why we not doing them.
Come on.
We need to do them. Like the one young lady said, man, peace and blessings to her for her position in the matter. When she says she knows the law. She thinks it is horrible to do it to a man that way. And, that is one thing that has to be recognized. That's a decent woman. That's a woman who really cares about her children, because she don't want to create that divisiveness between that child and the father, regardless of their relationship. What them adults doing. It's not the child's fault.
Come on.
And women, just from a brother that loves women and loves family. If he don't love you, you shouldn't have children with him.
Come on.
I'm sorry. I don't know where this became cool at, because I know why I use the B word. That's why when people say you shouldn't call women it, but that's what I see. Anybody can come here and leave a baby. Matter of fact, she don't even care who the man is she climbing on top of, allowing to impregnate her. That ain't no different than a dog out in the street.
Wow. You're hitting hard, brother.
But that's what needs to hit. That's what needs to happen. Because it's not funny. And people are making a mockery and making a fool out of you, and you making a fool out of yourself on social media and everywhere, behaving this way. We all see it. First thing you think of is what? Projects. First thing you think of is a certain mentality. I remember when Western Man got in trouble. I can't think if it was Neil Bortz or whatnot, who came up with these phrases like the welfare queens and things of that nature. Do you really want to be that person? Think about it to yourself, female.
Come on, say it.
Why do you want to be this person? This woman that's just giving birth with no daddies around. You just pumping them out. You don't even care if the guy got a job, education, where he live, a house, a car, nothing. But yet you get pregnant by him. And then call him a dog every day. What did it make you?
Tucson, and before I even do that, Tucson, I'm going to come to you, but I want to get the phone number 678-381-1973, 678-381-1973. What we're saying today, how do you feel about what we're saying today? Give us your thoughts, give us your input, give us a call, 678-381-1973. Tucson, talk to me, brother. Donna, you there? I'm about to say it to you, Donna. Wake up. Wake up and go to sleep. Wake up and go to sleep.
Donna's a busy man. He got things to do.
Yeah,
he's probably handling some business right now.
Yes, sir. Their brothers
but
at work.
Even to the dads, man. Why would you want to be a deadbeat dad? That is so. Oh, that is such an abomination. I don't want to be around men that don't take care of their kids.
Exactly.
I mean, it's just to even know that you have them and not take care of them and love them. I don't care what's going on. Like the young lady said, when you quote these laws, if you want to be in your child's life, put forth the effort to do that. Because she won't let me. You don't even look me in my face because you ain't man enough. Come on, what she won't let you do.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly. Sherelle, speak on that, sister. And she won't let me. She won't let me. Is that just, Sherelle, is that just a sign of weakness?
Absolutely. She won't. There's no such thing as she won't let me or he won't let me or however it goes. There's no such thing as there is such a thing, but there's no such thing as that. When it comes to your child, a lot of times women will put fear in men based off of their words. You know, a lot of times when they're on child support, people don't want to go to the court. Men may not know the process on how to get to see their child. You know what I'm saying? Which is understandable. A lot of people don't like to deal with the law. Period. You know, we have mindsets where people don't want to deal with the law. And they're scared to go against the law because of, you know, statistically, the system is against the father. Period.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Child support was made to divide the mother and the father, not to bring them together. So statistically, that system, they're going to go with what the mother says statistically. You know what I'm saying? But there are cases where men who really want to be in their life and in their child's life have won that battle. You have to fight. You have to fight if you know, for what you want. You're not going. If I was a man, you're not going to tell me. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to tell me that if I was a man. Or you know what I'm saying? But I move a little different. But and the men I know move just like that. You're not going to tell them whatever when it comes to the child. But you have those people who may not be knowledgeable about the law, who may not know the steps to take And then there's fear. She's not letting me see my child. I'm on child support. She's not letting me do this. A lot of people think that using child support is a way to keep the child away. Absolutely not. A lot of these women don't know that they technically could hurt themselves, especially if I get involved. I'll shut you all the way down. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's just lack of knowledge. People may not really know based on the environment, whether rich, whether poor. Some people may not just know that. And you have to be patient with some men like that. But that's not an excuse. She won't let me. It's just not a valid enough excuse for me. Maybe other people can kind of deal with it, but for me, it's no man is gonna walk past me and say something like that, and I don't say nothing about it. So you cannot tell me she won't let me. What you mean she won't let you? I asked that. Like, how is she not letting you see your child? Explain it to me.
It just doesn't make sense.
Well, when I ask for them, she won't bring them. Okay. You know, well, when I ask for them, she won't bring them. Okay. Well, you know, in the state of South Carolina, if your name is on that birth certificate, see, that's where I go with it. You know, in the state of South, I go straight to the law. Once you tell me that, well, she won't let me see my child, or she won't bring them. Say, well, you know, in the state of South Carolina, your name is on that birth certificate, and you're not court ordered. So for child support, you know, you can go to the school, or you can come in that yard and pick up that child and drive off, and it's not kidnapped.
Yeah.
You didn't know that. A lot of people don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's where there's not too many people like me in the world to tell them that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I tell men all the time, when people start saying that, like, I'm having a hard time with child support, or F my baby mama, F this, F that, I'm like, yo, read your paternal laws in the state. That's all I say. Just read your paternal law in your state, because there's no way you're going to sit up here and make a status about that, because you're part of the problem. Or you're not going to tell me nothing like that, or something like that. Just read. Just read. Exactly. Title 63, South Carolina Code of Law. Oh, I'm on it. You know, I'm on it. You see what I'm saying? So you have to, like, I don't know. But a lot of people allow that because, like I said, they allow women to do a person going to do what you allow them to do.
Yeah.
When it comes to a child, it's by any means for a child. But everybody's mentality is not like that, whether rich or poor. Some people just don't care. You don't know what you're laying with until it gets deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure people who have deadbeat dads didn't think that they would be deadbeat dads when they slept with them.
Exactly. I hope not.
You know, so yeah, I hope. Well, yeah, well, I mean, and then you have some that you kind of know they would have been a deadbeat, but you did it anyway. You know,
he was good looking. He had a nice body and smelled good, and you know.
Yeah, they smell good. They look good at the club. But you know what type of reputation this person possibly might have, and stuff like that. You see how a person deals with their other kids. Sometimes, you know, you hear about it and stuff like that. You know, and then a lot of times, we as women we spruce stories up too. A lot of times, a lot of these stories that women say is not what it is.
Yeah.
But those are conversations we don't want to talk about. A lot of times we be like, well, he's not this, and the whole time he's doing the best he can.
Now,
so, I don't know.
And there's a lot, man. I'm loving this right here. I'm loving the conversation we're having today. I really am. Toya, let me ask you this question. Should the fact that he has 6 kids by 4 different baby mamas, because somewhat of a tell, and he ain't really doing too much for him, you know, you ask when last time you saw your kids? Oh man, he can't remember. Can that be a telltale sign that maybe you might not want to partake in a relationship with this one?
Again, you know what? We crazy, honey. I don't know. Me, you know, I'm just a different kind of. Listen, you just as nasty as me with 6 kids. I mean, I'm just saying. Then you just every time you drop a load, you don't flush. You just gotta remember how to flush sometimes. 6 kids. Come on, man.
Wow.
But no, okay. So listen, right? As women, when we pick people, we pick men because we want to be with them. The circumstances has nothing to do with it, because as women, That's just what we do. We there no matter what. Once you lock it in, that's why when we get married, God created us, man, because no matter when it get hard, we supposed to be able to move when y'all move and flow when y'all flow, man. That's why it's like our bodies is made like the missing link to the puzzle when it comes to y'all. So I think that, we women, we drop the ball oftentimes, and I can't tell you why, but we just I don't know. We won't demand for the man, even though we know it might be the wrong choice and decision, but not for nothing. Not for nothing, for real, for real. We're not asking Lord who we should be dealing with, who we having sex with. Let me tell you something. Not for nothing. We need to be buying people everything, cooking, cleaning for them, doing everything before we even have sex with them. And we think that's backwards.
That's right.
The value that we have of sleeping with people and making a life is nothing. But we don't understand why we have problems. Well, my thing is, you want to jump in the bed and make a baby so quick, but you ain't going to buy them anything. You ain't going to endure, oh, I'm not going to take this. I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to be doing it. I'm not going to be doing that. Well, if you're not going to do that, that's how you know you don't need to be having a baby by that person.
Yes, absolutely.
See, we be dropping the ball on some things. We want to be all this, that, and third sexually, which is the most priceless and most valuable thing. Whether you are a man or a woman, you're making a life. But you won't even take care of them if they didn't have no money. We gotta get our perspectives back. It ain't about money. The value is when you create a family. The money gonna come.
Yes.
And we forget that, man. We really dropped the ball on that. We need to take the value in that. I say this too. We can't even care about the next stranger, but we're having children. Like you can't do that. You have to care about human beings first and foremost in order to go get with another human being, create a life, and fulfill everything we're talking about. The only way you can do that is if you care about human beings.
Yeah.
Because I can't fathom not taking care of my nieces and nephews. I ain't even talking about no kids. I can't fathom not doing my job as an auntie, being away, forced to be away, stay away with no contact, not just because we all just chilling and just taking advantage of time, but just because I just want to be a terrible auntie. So I really can't fathom it when it comes to the parenthood aspect. But no, us women, we got a distorted concept with our love sometimes, and we just don't make the right choice and decision. And Mama be done said don't do it. The Lord be done said don't do it. But we'll be so blind and want that pretty hair and eyes. We're gonna do it anyway, knowing that we shouldn't have been doing it.
Exactly. Now, Leonard, you send all this gift. We're not gonna push out. See, your boy come to you. He said, "Man, look at here, man. For the last year and a half, man, I've been sending gifts over there to my child, man. I've been sending gifts over there, man. And I talked to my child last night on the phone, and he said he hadn't got anything from me. Man, do you know this woman been taking the gifts I sent her? She been taking the packages off and giving it to him, saying that she bought the gifts, man." Man, she been taking all the wrapping off the thing. Talk about she bought this. Look what I bought you. I bought you something else, baby. And she ain't acknowledged me at all, man. Then what do you say to your friend at that time?
You need to handle your business. You want me to go over? You want me to go over there? You want me to go over there? Because I'll go over there for you. I do it. Oh, I'm that dude. I'm that dude all day. Because we can go see what it is. We can go see what it really is. Make sure this baby knows the truth. Because one, it's sad, and I just want to give a chance shout out to promote Dad's Concierge Services. Go to see them on Facebook. He's an activist brother I remember I met years ago. He's still, I believe, doing his thing. I see his presence still there online or what have you. But he was helped me with a community forum about dads getting help and knowing the law and securing relationships with their children. And, there was one quote I remember about grieving a living child. And what that meant is that men grieving a living child, knowing they still live and are being made to hate them as time goes by. That's grief, man. For those men who don't know, we got to get you plugged in to the Fathers' Rights movement.
Sure.
To make sure you at least know your rights. I used to help a lot of, young guys if they needed information on how to build that relationship back with their child, because there are steps they have to go through, and brother, you have to go through those steps is because you did not do what thus saith the Lord and be obedient. Okay. This is why you need to secure marriages as well.
Yes.
And you need to be very careful with where you plant your seed at. Because there are certain women who know the deal. You can take your child down to child support, sir. And get all these benefits and things that a lot of women get. So that is also providing them with a lot of boldness. So you be aware, it's not you against her, it's you against her in the state.
Yes, sir.
The young lady just said the system wasn't made for you. So you have to understand, if you really care about children, because a lot of them don't. You just happen to get somebody pregnant. Ladies, if he got other kids he don't take care of, he ain't gonna take care of yours.
Come on.
You take care of them for a minute. Trust me, that old devil gonna come right back out. I know women that get married to men and wind up having to take care of the child support issues. There are some men you never like one. Women, be careful. There are some men out here with children. I ain't know he had no kids. What? That means you don't know him or his family.
Exactly.
That means you don't know where he came from or what he doing. I don't care about you having a lot of kids. Are you taking care of those kids? Can you take care of those kids? How do you feel as a woman? I don't know how it feels. A woman should tell us. How does it feel to be with a man who has kids by another woman? Several other women. I don't know what that feels like.
Sherelle, what do you say to that?
Oh, I agree 100%. I definitely agree with that 100%. And I meant to add, what was the name of that organization again? I was trying to write it, but my phone was going. Yeah.
Dad's Concierge Services. He's on Facebook.
Okay.
Now,
because like that young lady said, there are a lot of young men who don't know. I've sat in court with young men who just don't know. And some of them are so young. We're talking 17, 18-year-old boys. They don't know. So when they go down to the court and the judge is talking to them, and shout out to Judge Lindsey Hunter if she's still on the bench out in DeKalb with these issues, because she's really concerned and she really tries to help these young people know what it is and what they've gotten themselves into. I see one brother, he didn't know nothing about, you're going to have to pay support, but he was willing to do it. He said he had a little job at McDonald's or whatever, but as long as he's willing to do it and be in his child's life. And so the judge sent him out and said, I want you to go get all this right here and bring it back so we can work something out. And the young girl, she's sitting there, she just as absent-minded as she can be as well. Kids, man. 18, made babies, and now you already in a court about it. Your first experience with having a child should not be court. Come on, man.
My question to that, Leonard, is how does it get any better? How does if that's your first experience, how does it get better?
If you want it to get better, if you start doing what's right and actually focus on the relationship with your child, it always will get better. Because trust me, the child is always going to want to appreciate it. If it's if the child is a baby, didn't know anything, the child, get it right now. Don't wait. Don't wait till the child has grown to the point where they have built up an animosity towards you.
Exactly.
I told somebody if it was an issue where I couldn't see my child, every day they came out of that schoolhouse, I'd be standing across the street. Everywhere I knew it was going to be, I'd be somewhere watching. You have to worry about that mother talking about she don't took the gifts and don't say it. I'm gonna put them somewhere where they know they didn't come from your mama.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because those types of things are just mean-spirited things.
Mm-hmm.
But what I like, something Oprah said, I heard old playback recently. You can't meet evil with evil and expect a positive outcome. Just because she cussing you out and calling you, don't mean you got to call her that back. The best thing you can do is at some point, even adult children, they look at the relationship and sometimes they say, my mama wasn't no good. My mama was so wrong for what she did.
Mm-hmm.
They may not do when they go, but even a younger child will see, well, if my daddy just want to see me and spend time with me and I have a good time when I'm with him, why she won't let me see him?
Exactly.
Why she treat him like that? Good to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then that child can grow up and mature and say, regardless of their relationship, my daddy was there for me.
Yeah.
That's what matters, man. Not that he there for the mom, but that he there for the child.
Yep.
And we as a culture got to do better when it comes to this. Unloved children become menaces to society.
Yep. Exactly. Twiddle T, talk to me, sis. What's on your heart?
Absolutely. No, very critical, both parts, as even for dads that would not allow a parent to see the other parent to see their kid, either way it goes, it's about an evil. And like I said earlier, I like to say, honey, a possession. Because again, people in our right mind, we wouldn't do things like that. You don't understand, like Leonard just said, what you're doing to that child to see that. They know that they're doing the right thing. They like to spend time with them. The thing about it, a child, though, and I hate to use it like the animal, right? But no matter what you do to a kid, they still going to love you.
Yes.
You can abuse a kid. They still going to love you. They still going to want to spend time with you. The defects could be coming to take them because they found out that you abusing them. And they still going to cry and whine and holler and not want to be ripped away from you.
Exactly.
They're your kid. You know what I'm saying? And we don't understand that. But even as the majority is men that don't take care of their kids, right? That's a possession too. That's your seed, bro. That's you. That's deep. And you ain't gonna take care of that. So trust me, if there's a day where your life don't go right, I get it. I wonder why you walking around here putting yourself images of you, just like a God. Putting images of you out all around, planting all over the place. Don't nobody just know nothing. Years later, here it comes, and you wonder why we looking at the Black Panther reincarnated. How that boy act when that man went and had him as a child, and because he was violating a royalty law or a flesh law, a God law, he had to be treated like he wasn't even there. Come to find out he's the lineage of royalty, and he come back to do what? He come back to get the things back in check. And it ain't what's good either. We don't pay attention to these things that we do, man. These violations that we make against humanity when it comes to not taking care of our offspring. Like that's a really deep situation. Again, I think another possession of the devil. Somebody in their right mind. I don't see how you can deny your child your blood. Like I haven't had a child, but I would love to have my own. But even until then, honey, the next best person, you ain't got to be a kid. You can be a grown folk. If you need love, I got it. I'm with it. So I don't understand it.
Wow, Leonard, there's a lot of layers to what we're talking about right now. There's a lot of layers tied up in what we're talking about right now. But it boils down to fathers have to take their responsibility. They have to take responsibility, even if the mothers don't want to give them responsibility or give them the opportunity to spend time with their children. We as men, we got to make that stance. Now, how weak is this right here, Leonard? I was going to use another word, but I'm glad the weak came. she's with somebody else. She's with another dude now. And the dude say, them your kids now. But he say, look here, you only need him to come out here. I got it. I take care of them kids. He ain't been doing nothing. I got it. He only need to come around at all. Leonard, somebody gonna get the head split. Talk to me.
I mean, but if you ain't there, he can do that.
What if you want to be there? And she's been fighting against you the whole time, and now she got another.
If she don't want you, why would that? How would that work?
My issue with that, it has nothing to do with her. She can go on about business.
Okay. I forgot what I misunderstood what you were talking about.
I'm saying with the kids. I'm saying with the kids. She don't want you to see your kids, and now she's with some other Joe Blow, and he's saying, "I take responsibility. I'll be them kids' daddy. I'll be them kids' daddy."
How y'all talking don't matter. You can go right down to the courthouse and figure this out. I mean, it doesn't matter. Yeah, if he taking care of them or whatever, but a real man, he gonna do that. But there's still someone else's children.
But what he's not going to do is stop me from seeing my kids. What he's not going to do,
he can't stop you from seeing he can't even stop you from seeing your kid. If you take care of your business, you just using it for excuse, and just like what you do, you just running your mouth. That's not true. You got to go take care of your business. What he say don't matter. If you are the father of those children, go down and take care of your business, and you will be able to see your children. You'll be able to get visitation. Your children will be able to stay with you. You can, whatever it is, it's up to you as a father to take responsibility, not her. Not her. It's your responsibility to do that. So he can say what he wants. If you make it that way to allow another man to come in or whatever, that's on you.
Never.
It's on you. Because you didn't secure your relationship in the first place. So you can't be mad at nothing but yourself. And if she don't want you, Lord forbid, don't be that type of fool.
Well, my thing is, again, it ain't got nothing to do with her. She can go about her business. But
it got a lot to do with her because that man is with her.
Well, that's fine. Have your life, but those are my kids. I'm gonna see my kids. That's right, my point.
But you know what? And you can stand across the street and talk about it. Because the fact of the matter is, you wasn't married to her. They live in my house. I take care of them. Don't come by here or any of that.
And that's something that you're saying to the biological father, man. You got a problem. No, we
don't have a problem.
Yeah,
because that's the way it is. Why you sitting over here in your feelings instead of having taken care of your responsibilities? Now you got a reason to go to jail. Because this is the fact. The fact of the matter is, if your children with their mother with another man living in that man's house, you ain't got no right by there. But see, that's how y'all get killed, because you get your chest stuck out and you think you're going to go over and run another man's house, and you're not. I'm not a big fan of people, just throwing relationships together in the first place. So, these are issues that come about when relationships are inappropriate. Now, they can be worked out, civil, and people can act like decent, responsible adults all day long. You can do that if you want to. But if you don't want to, there's going to be issues. And we see them acted out every day. We see all these issues with people getting killed, just all types of things going on. So we have to make sure that we are doing the responsible thing. And at some point, you got to sit your feelings aside. How you feel may be completely different than what the law states. How you feel may be a way to wind up in jail because you think you got a right, because your kids is somewhere, that you got a right to bust up into somebody and tell them how it's going to go and what you going to do and all this. I mean, if you that strong, you may be able to accomplish it. But would it be right? What stress would you be causing your children? Because that's what's important. You don't want to see your children, want your children to see you behaving like an animal. So you have to present a better behavior, regardless of your feelings. And I'm learning this as I got older because, like I said before, I never wanted to be in one of these situations, so I'm not. Why you in this situation? You may need to go deal with yourself a little bit. You may need to do some what they call recollection, or just think about how you got where you're at. And now you have to also think about how you're going to move forward from that. How are you going to be able to see your children? How are you going to be able to interact with your children? Are you going to be able to go to their home and pick them up? Are you going to have to be meeting somewhere? There are some people who even have supervised visitation with their children. There are some people who are so uncivil, they can't even meet together to drop the child off. They got to go to the state to arrange a drop-off point for the child, because for some reason, y'all can't even speak to each other like human beings. Now, so all these other issues come from inappropriate relationship.
And see, my thing, I was still listening, got kicked off there. I had to get everybody back on the phone line as well as come back into the room. But my thing is this right here, Leonard. I understand what you're saying. You know, that's his house and all that. All that's beautiful. But me, you still not gonna stop. And I'm not saying I'm going to try to kick your door and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you something. I will see my kids. I will see my kids. Huh? Whatever I got, if I gotta, whatever I got to do, if I gotta go through the court.
No, I don't exactly. That's what I want you to say, because that's how you're going to see them.
Okay, but it's regardless. If that's the route I got to take, we could do it through that system. Or
you know what I used to tell young girls. I used to tell women why I don't date women with kids.
Let me say this. But if we got to do this thing on the street, like we could do it like that too. But I prefer not to, because
that's
like you said,
y'all want to do.
I don't want my kids to see me act in that manner. But at the same time, it means that much to me to be able to see my kids, and I'm gonna see my kids. I don't care.
No, it don't.
Him. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Now, because of the fact that me and her didn't make it, sometimes things happen and a couple don't make it. But that does not change the fact that those are still my kids. I'm still gonna see my kids. I'm still gonna be in my kids' life, regardless of what relationship you and I have. I only have to talk to you. I ain't got to say nothing.
You know why I didn't kick it with women with kids?
Why is that?
I will kill your baby daddy.
Mm-hmm.
If your baby daddy ever approached me,
or they will
any other way than cordial and decent, there's going to be an issue. This is why that relationship is inappropriate. And this you talking about what you gonna do and blah, skippy woo woo don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. And that's how you wound up in trouble in the first place. That's why you out here struggling, watching another man take care of your children. That's what you need to be mad at. You need to be mad at yourself. You need to take all that energy in your chest stuck out and go down there to the court and get your custody together. Before you come over here talking about what you gonna do, who you gonna see, and blah, skippy woo woo. What make you think you have a right to approach another real man this way and he not retaliate against you? You're the one out of line, sir. I'm over here taking care of this woman and her kids. You're the one out of line. So you can't come over here acting like you doing right and you been right and you about righteousness, but you wasn't doing it before. You mad? You probably got some issues with the fact that she over here with me and I'm doing it and I'm taking care of it. Who knows? Y'all probably still messing with each other on talking about each other on the side anyway. Ain't no real man gonna allow no one, for no reason whatsoever, to disrespect him. And nor should another man be trying to disrespect another man this way. You know what it is. You know why you're not with your kids right now. Half of all that bravado and everything is because you really shame. You really shame of yourself. So, and rather deal with yourself, you want to go over there and try to deal with this other man before you deal with yourself. You didn't give her nothing to hold on to. You didn't give her nothing to depend on. You didn't give her a place to stay. You didn't even promise to marry her. Matter of fact, the extent of your relationship is just the child. That probably ain't even your only child. But I bet you're not up in that other girl face if ain't no man there. See, really your issue is with the man. It's not about the kid. So you have to decide what type of man you gonna be. You have to really decide what type of man you're going to be.
Okay,
because
now
ain't nobody scared, nobody talking no trash about what they gonna do.
Okay, well, my thing is this right here, and you said something, and again, we got kicked out, so I had to come back in, and hopefully we're gonna make it through this time without it doing that. I really need to shut the system down and reboot the whole system all over again, but it's okay. But my thing is this right here, a real man, the way I see it, even if I'm with this young lady, and she has kids by this other fella, I'm taking care, I'm doing the things I got to do. I feel like if I'm a real man, I'm not gonna try to take this man out of these children's life. I'm not gonna do that because I know and I understand that these are his kids. And whatever happened between them two happened between them two. Now, is he gonna come into my house and try to take over my house? Absolutely not. Is he gonna come in my house and try to run anything in my house? Absolutely not. But at the same time, I have to know as a man, I have to know and I have to understand that yes, those are your kids. Now we have to set up some kind of structure. We have to set up some kind of structure, something that makes sense for everybody where you can see your kids. And we'll work that out. That's something maybe if man, you got to sit down and talk about it and come to an agreement. We'll do that. But I'm not gonna try to take you or take your kids away from you and act as though they're not your children because they are. Well, that's what I think of real men. Huh?
That's the way you made it seem in your little story you told before.
No. My thing was my thing is this right here. A lot of time the women will try to be that divide, place that divide. But men should come together. Look at here, man. Yeah, I know them your kids, bro. Look here, but look, you ain't gonna come to my house certain time you come here, you get the kids, or I can meet you around the corner down at the Walmart, pick them up there, drop them off there. I'll be back to pick them up right there. You ain't got to come to my house.
That's what a real man does.
My point exactly. But my thing is, you are not. I don't care who he is. It could be whoever. Mike Tyson in his prime day when he used to knock the suckers out. I stand right in front of Mike Tyson because look at him, bro. You ain't gonna stop me from seeing my kids. We can do this all day long, every day, and every day I'm coming back. But I'm gonna see my kids. Sherelle, what's on your heart? I ain't never seen you without words. I ain't never seen you without words. Now, hold on.
Listen, but can't nobody tell you can't see your kid. I mean, I understand if you living with somebody. If I'm trying, because I missed a lot because the phone cut out, so I probably missed a lot that was said. But if I can recall, the last question was they moved on and the man basically said, "Don't worry about him. I'll take care of the kids." Right?
Yeah. And
that was the last question.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, in that event now, he possibly can say that because if technically if you're not doing anything for the kids and he is, technically he can do that. Mm-hmm. And if I'm living with him and I'm those kids' parent and I'm the kid's parent and if the house is, let's just say, in his name, he got all ground. No, he can't come over here. That's his house. He can say that.
Yeah.
But I can meet if my child's father is doing what he's supposed to do, then I would have to meet him. Me and the dude I'm with, we're gonna have to have a serious talk.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those are situations. It depends on the situation. Mm-hmm. I mean, but still, you can't tell me I can't see my kids.
Exactly.
As a man,
mm-hmm.
You know, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. Because I don't know,
and I think now more men need to start being more supportive of men too. when it comes to stuff like that. You know, when we're slacking, which we do a lot of times, men need to be in support of men when it comes to that stuff like that. Like,
exactly.
I don't know.
And
I never experienced that, so I can't really speak on that.
Yeah, but I stand 100% with you, man, because like I say, regardless of what the relationship is between me and the mother, you know, that's neither here nor there. Those are still my kids, and I'm gonna have
you can see your kids all you want, but you can't come to my house.
That's fine. I have no issue with that.
You can't come to the house.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean that.
What about
he has all grounds to say that?
What you say, Toya?
What is what?
No, Toya was saying something as well.
What about drug addict father though?
Yeah, because this is what I'm saying, and exactly like what Toya said. This is my whole point of view: is to get people to understand what is going on in the community from a point of trying to heal and fix it. This notion that you finna stick your chest out and make things happen is absolutely ridiculous. Your relationship is inappropriate, and you're going to have to go to a court of law to get it straightened out. So any father who has these issues, just like the young lady said, I can't remember her name. It's not Miss K. Cheryl said, just like Miss Sherelle said, here's the law, baby. We can go right down to the court and take care of this. Why you got to get killed? Because here it is. You think you ain't seen them in a while, but you don't have a little too much. You know how I go, Toya. You don't have a little, but now you want to run up on me talking about what you gonna do, and I don't see my kids, and I got a right to. Excuse me, sir.
You don't partake in too much more macho. You don't.
Now you at my house talking about seeing your kids under the influence, and guess what? Now you finna go to jail.
Or get blowed up.
There's a wrong way to do things. There's a very wrong way to do things, and these seems to be the easiest way to do it.
Well, see, I can agree, Leonard, when you say about coming to the house. If that's your house, that's fine. I don't have to go to the house, and that's why I said we could meet around the corner. I mean, if you want to drop the kids, she ain't got to come. She ain't got to come. I don't have to see her at all.
Exactly.
Bring my kids to the Burger King around the corner. I'll meet you at the Burger King at 3:45. I'll be sitting there at 3:30, just in case you get there a little early. I'll be sitting right there waiting on you. And that's
all the court gonna do. That's all the court really gonna do.
Exactly.
But just give you some rules when you're supposed to do it. But see, you have some dads that want to come around it too, and whenever they want to.
Oh no, you ain't gonna do that.
See, that's not okay.
No,
that's not okay.
No, hold on.
Where you fail to put things in order, someone else has to.
And see, and Donna Tucson, I pull up to the house, and your car sitting in the yard. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Donna Tucson, that could be an issue.
You want to ask me that?
Yes, sir.
So how many gonna leave? So how many gonna leave in the car? And so this out there, you're not gonna meet him nowhere. Because we're not gonna have that.
Yeah.
We're gonna be sensible about the whole thing.
All right.
And we all gonna have a conversation. What's best for the child? We're not gonna do this drama thing because I don't like
that.
Let's
get rid of all this drama.
Yeah, I'm not doing none of that. We don't necessarily, if somebody, unless somebody want to play the fool, the last resort. How can you say that word? Help me out.
The last resort.
We'll be going to we'll be going to the courts.
Yeah.
But if we can make some sense out of it, we can talk this whole thing out. But we're not gonna do this. Let's meet down. You and him gonna meet down the corner. No, and nobody's car is gonna be parked in my yard when I'm not there. I don't care if it's Pastor Bishop. No, sir. Because you finna, when I get home, all of y'all get out.
You'll pull a Martin move. But get to stepping.
Yeah, get to stepping because we're gonna have this conversation from the door, from the beginning. Okay, let's see. We didn't work out. Let's calmly talk about that. Now, since we know that we had a broken relationship, let's see what we can do for the betterment of the child. Or you had a prior broken relationship and there's a child. Now that's my child. But my child has a parent, another parent, which is his father. Now, I want if it makes sense, the sensible thing is for me to want that child to have a relationship with his or her father. That makes sense. So if he can't come kick his feet up, but he can come to the house. And that's just me.
So
he ain't gonna spend the night.
So you have no issue with him coming to the house picking up the kids?
No, I'm not gonna walk out. I mean, I'm not gonna leave. But you can come see your child. You take him to the Burger King and do whatever you want to. Pick him to a ball game. That's your child. Not mine.
That's right.
Really. I'm gonna take care of him much best as I possibly can. If you don't, if you're not, but I'm not gonna break my leg or break my neck trying to keep you away from. That's stupid.
That's stupid.
That's why we got problems in our community right now.
Exactly.
Their father is deadbeat. The mama is a liar.
And a lot of time is she the source of the discord that's in a relationship?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, and another thing, you can I say this? You still got a thing for your ex.
Still got some desires.
So that's why you want to go meet him down the street. You got to be crazy. I'm going to observe and watch for a little while, and then I'm going to pack your clothes.
So
because I'm going to stop that drama.
So basically, when she come back after dropping them off, the clothes gonna be at the front door. You go ahead on. I don't touch that coat. On Juice Jones.
I'm just saying. I mean, this is just me. Because we play games with one another, and the kid you wouldn't know why the kid is having behavior problems because he's confused. So he wants attention, good, honest attention.
Yeah.
So you know what he does? Join a game.
Wow.
Because he got confusion going on with his parents.
Say that.
I'm just saying.
Exactly. Toy with a T?
No, he right. He said that. That's facts. But look, you done made the child off of a 72-hour know-ya anyway. Again, we're not taking in. We don't have that value of people like back in the day. Human beings, especially back for us, we were so solid, right? Mama didn't care if the baby wasn't yours. If you was dating her and she had a kid, Mama was gonna make sure you took care of that kid just like it was your own.
Come on.
We used to be a solid people. We used to, as a village, raise folks. As we had value in ourselves. Let's get back to the funk track, right? I'm not gonna just blame us because I know how we be. Because we be hot too in them 72 hours. But the men know what God said about not having sex before you marry her. So we can't get there until the first infiltration is broken. The first time the men don't do what the Lord say and marry the woman and have sex with her anyway, then that kind of set it off. Now, if the woman comes and trying to throw herself on you, you should be able to see the Jezebel spirit, and you should got time to get away. Because 9 times out of 10, they're gonna cause problems. You already know, because we not listening to the Lord. First indication, they're not listening to the Lord, so you gonna have problems. They don't care about structure and honor because they're not honoring God and His laws and His wills.
Come on.
So who is you? Why is they gonna adhere to any structure that you would like in return? And they don't honor the Most High. And we forget about that. It's quick and easy for us to say the men, when we know, I know as a woman that I ain't got no money laying down with you until I get married. That's what God said. Forget what I think, forget what I heard, forget what anybody or anything going on. That's what the Lord said. But let's get greasy, right? Let's go to the beginning when God talked about the woman that had the 5 boyfriends. They wasn't getting married and stuff, right? They wasn't doing them whole rituals and wasn't no paper to sign. But just the mere fact that you laying down, sharing juices with somebody is enough for a marriage. Come on with the jokes. But you're doing it without knowing, not even without knowing, but you don't fear God. So you're not going to commit to someone if you create this baby. You're not going to act accordingly. I'm with Donald. I'm not listening. As a woman, my spirit, you know, I'm not going to play with you. If that's my kid's father, I'm not going to do that. He's going to come to the door. He's going to knock on the door. He's going to get the kid. The baby's going to go home with him. And we're going to have order and structure. If don't nobody else call it, I'm going to call it. And that's my spirit. That's the problem. So we weak to our spirit. People weak to their spirit. There's no hope. There's no solidness, no holiness, no surety, no confidence in our spirits. From my spirit, you know, I'm gonna call order, and he gonna come, and he gonna have some sense and pick up his kid, and they gonna love, and you gonna know you ain't got no issues going on over here. You ain't got to feel secure. If you're insecure, you can't be around me because I don't roll like that. You heard what I said? It is what it is. It is what it ain't, and we gonna keep it moving. And that's how you call law and order. And if you're not walking like that and rolling like that, you finna have a problem. But I'm telling you, I'm here to clear up all problems.
Good deal.
Don't be weak.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Man, I'm so with Toya on that. Because, you know, one, it's like I was thinking about myself. And I didn't want to be that person. So I tried not to do things that would put me in those situations. I completely believe like different than a lot of abstaining from appearances of evil. That's very big. I remember that as a child from the scriptures. And so, you know, I didn't never think that it was cool to be with a woman that had kids. I mean, her main focus should be on her children, not me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being in a relationship where your boyfriend could be mad that y'all ain't together, and now he's trying to do everything he can to ruin our relationship. And I'm not supposed to do all that.
Leonard, I'm not gonna call the person. I'm not gonna call the person's name. I think you may remember who it was that said this. It was on the Morning Glow. Said that he was dealing with a young lady and she had kids, and they was getting real close. And one day she came to him and said, "Look here, if the kids are a problem, I could take the kids over to my mama house, and my mama raise the kids, and we could go on with our life." I think you remember who that person was that said. I think you remember that person that said that. What would that immediately? What would your immediate response be in a situation? And we know how you feel about, you know, women with kids, but at the same time, if you were in that type of situation, what would be your response?
That's just too alien. But I know it happens a lot. I can tell you some family history in my family and things of that nature with distant cousins and stuff who may have been in a situation where a mother decided to give up half of them and keep the other half. I remember when folks used to just, you know how you could, back in the South and other places, you just go give the kid to your mama or somebody that wanted a kid.
Yeah. Wow.
That stepped up to take care of the kid. God bless those people, because that child would have had nothing. So I'm with Toya on that. I honestly believe, man, it starts from somewhere, and if you don't want to attack the root of the problem, you're gonna always have it.
Exactly.
You're gonna always have it. I learned a lot of lessons about mixed families and things like that through personal experience with family members, and man, it can be very difficult. But also, if the people are rational and they are really concerned about the children, they can make it work. There's a lot of families that make it work great. And when you look at it, they're all built around structure. I've worked with families that in order for parents to see kids, they have to have a special drop-off point. And they can't even see one another.
Yeah.
I mean, there are folks that will get to fighting at the drop-off. and it's just supposed to drop. You dropping the child off to the other. How did you get to fighting in just an exchange?
We're gonna change the drop. We're gonna start drop the kids off at the police department.
And women need to stop lying.
Yeah.
When it comes to the fact of wanting to be with that man or being jealous of that man because he's with someone else. Go take care of that personal work. Get yourself some therapy so you understand that one, your life has a different challenge.
Yes, sir.
And you need to do some things to deal and to cope with that. One way how you get out of a bad relationship with one man, don't have a baby. 6 months later, here you is pregnant again with another one.
Okay.
You got to take care of yourself.
Yep.
And then you sitting around here looking at everybody else like we messing up. Like we supposed to take care of your children.
Ain't gonna happen.
No, this is inappropriate. I'm all about, I get even on my family members' cases about this. Don't come to me about how great you trying to be and this, that, and the other. You wasn't trying to be great when you made them. Where was all this greatness and wanting to do right then?
Yeah.
I'm a person that I'm very serious about marriage and things of that nature. I'm not one for all this just wild mating like this. These are children.
Exactly.
And y'all dumping them into society. And we just watching them perish. Because when you get mad, you gonna tell me how to raise my child. Well, you're doing a terrible job, ma'am.
Yeah.
You're doing a terrible job.
Somebody need to. Somebody need to tell you.
Somebody need to.
Yeah. Somebody need to tell you. Don't do something.
Man, every church should have parenting classes.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, y'all close y'all churches down if y'all ain't got parenting classes.
Because they're doing you a disservice.
Ain't no sense boy.
I'm going to Leonard Church. Let's start a church.
You got men's classes, women's classes, children's classes. We got to get some. Got to get some knowledge, man.
Yeah.
We need ex-prostitute and whores and pimps,
everything,
and drug dealers, and the whole 9 yards. Every problem that you have in your neighborhood.
Yes,
it needs to be a focal point in the church to deal with that situation.
Exactly.
And quit talking about it and talking about them people. Them people. What you mean, them people? That's what they say about you. Those people. You are those people.
Exactly.
Now, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Now, Don, let me ask you. This young lady, she come to you. She got 2 kids, and y'all getting real close. Man. They're not your biological kids. And she said, "Look at here. Now, we've been getting real close. I'm really enjoying being with you. Blah blah blah. Now, if the kids are a problem, I could take them over there and drop them off at my mama's house, and my mom could raise the kids, and we could go on with our life." Donald, what's your next statement to her?
I'm out. I'm out. You stupid. I mean, sorry, I didn't know you was that crazy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say stupid, but anybody. I feel strong about it. Anybody that is willing to replace their child with a man or a woman, you got issues.
Yeah.
You have issues that you I don't because it's not that serious to have somebody on your hip or laying beside you or something like that you take sacrifice the child. I know the relationship might have not worked, but he ain't that or she ain't that much of a bag and whatever you call it.
Yeah.
Because the child needs the parent in their life. And that's why so many children wind up being molested by the boyfriend because of your attitude.
Exactly. Now,
because you don't have no values.
Wow.
I'm just saying, and it depends on the situation, because some people realize that they're not good parents. And if you realize that you're not a good parent, then by all means, let your mom or dad or uncle or that's got some good sense. Take care of the child. Okay, do something like that. Because there are people that are not good parents.
Yeah.
They think their child is a toy and cute.
The baby doll.
Until they become mass murderers.
Exactly. Sherelle, what one of your girlfriends come to you say, I think I'm gonna have a conversation with old Marvin when he come over here tonight. And I'm gonna tell him that if the kids are a problem, because you know they're not Marvin's kids. I'm gonna tell him that if the kids are a problem, we could drop them off at my mother's house and have my mother raise them. And girl, we could go ahead on and have our life together. Sherelle, your friend say this to you. What do you say to her?
She trying not to cuss. I think she on mute.
Sherelle, you there?
Toya would probably be cussing.
Exactly. Beep, beep, beep. Toya would talk to me. What do you say to your friend?
What was the question?
Then she says she's talking to you and everything. Y'all sitting around and y'all having a girlfriend talk at her house. And she said, well, Marvin is coming over here tonight. And, they were not Marvin's kids. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask Marvin that, if the kids are a problem, I'll drop the kids off at my mother's house and let my mother raise them. And me and Marvin could go on with our life. That's what I'm going to talk to him about tonight. Your friend is saying this to you, Toya. What do you say to her?
Well, that delivered me. I'm just not going to fool with you no more. But before the Lord delivered me, we would have been fighting. I'm very protective when it comes to kids and family. I love the family and order structure. Those just nieces and nephews, and my sisters and brothers can't keep me away from my nieces and nephews because my blood runs through them. I wish we would, and they know better too. I got one of them that ain't even blood, but been around from out the womb, and you blood too. And my brother was like, you gotta, boy, you don't get the hell away. Oh, excuse me, you don't get away from me talking about that and my niece. That is too my niece. What you got? What?
Yeah.
What you mean? But I'm very overprotective over children, period. And no matter who you are, if you are the parent, and I feel like you're not doing what you're supposed to by the kid, me and you finna have an issue. I'm finna terrorize you. You don't need defects. You don't need the cops or nothing like that. I'm finna terrorize you. You're gonna stop being my friend.
Yeah.
You're going to give them to me. That's the kind of person that I am. So I can't tolerate. I don't tolerate. I don't accept and deal with that. My family started taking those turns. I can't deal with them because it makes me want to get violent. Sorry. So I can't. I'm not going to do it. I don't believe in that. That's your child. Meanwhile, people like me over here fighting to have one, but it's just not in the anointed time. I see the Lord, because the doctor say, yeah, you cool. But the Lord is like, nope, I'm going to show you that I run this. You know what I'm saying? But no, that's not cool. We're not going to be friends no more. I experience situations like that, especially coming from Brooklyn. And like I said, I'm telling you, when I look back at it now, it's like something is wrong. Like in your right mind, even animals take care of their kids and don't abandon their kids.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Like, so something is wrong.
Now, Leonard, your friend, your homeboy, Thomas, come up to you and he's telling you, he said, man, I think I did it, man. I think I hit the jackpot with this one, man. She told me, man, that me and her could be together. And she gonna drop her 2 kids off and let her mother raise them, man. Let her mother. It's just gonna be she and I. Leonard, I think this the one, man. What you think, Leonard? What do you think? What do you say to that? What do you say to Thomas?
Well, first of all, me and Thomas aren't friends. Second, one, I would tell Thomas he's ridiculous, and I wouldn't trust a woman that didn't care that much for her children.
Okay.
Wow.
So either way that go, that's. To be with a woman that says that is just as ridiculous. Because the only thing that's gonna have what y'all think people do when they get together but make more babies? What you think they do? You gonna get together and make more babies. Okay, how y'all gonna take care of this baby?
Yeah.
And then you talking about being with him and you've been switching them out every 6 months anyway. So, you know, ain't nobody believing what you talking about nowhere, because you're going to have a new one in there in 6 months anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. You know how you women do. Oh, this is my future right here. Gone tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gone tomorrow.
Future was real short.
Well, you ready to give up you ready to send your child over there for your mama to raise them for what? Your boyfriend?
Wow.
You trifling. You just, and no man should want that in his life, because all that gonna do is bring you problems. Men who don't have children, messing around with women who do. Get out of that business. Get out of that business. I know it's gonna be rough, and I know you're gonna be wanting them, but trust me, find someone else if you are not ready to step into that type of relationship.
Now let me ask you this question. Different scenario here. What if you've been with this woman for 6 months, y'all are getting real serious, and she said, we need to have a conversation with you. And you know, you're being concerned, you care for her, being concerned. You say, okay, you know, I'll be over in about 30 minutes. Let's sit down and talk. And you go over to the house. You know, y'all got your own little place, and you walk in the house, and there's 2 kids there. You say, oh, she must be babysitting. Somebody. Okay. And she sit down, and she said, well, the kids here, these are my kids. They actually been at my mother's house for the last 6 months because I wanted to see where we were going, and I think it's time that I introduce them to you now. Then what do you do in that situation? She's been hiding you 6 months.
No, unacceptable. It's inappropriate. The first question you ought to be asking people when you meet them is this question. What you mean y'all don't been together 6 months? 6 months and you don't know she got a kid? Something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Something wrong with you. You don't even know if the person got kids, if they've been married before, who they with, if they're living with somebody. Are they married right now while you've been with them 6 months? Are they married to somebody else? Certain questions you should be asking. If, when you get to know someone, avoids this issue of somebody not 6 months later introducing you to kids that they ain't never talked about. What she been doing for 6 months that she been able to keep her kids away from you, that you don't know about them kids? Y'all not that close. Y'all not that close.
They've been at her mother's house in another state.
I don't even care. I can tell if you got some children.
Sherelle, are you back with us? Sherelle, are you there? Toussaint, talk to me, man. This thing is 6 months later, it's sprung on you, man. She got 2 kids that you never knew about. Donald, what do you do? Toussaint. That question might have knocked Donald over. That question.
What would you do?
Honestly speaking, being 100% transparent, that relationship will be over. That relationship.
I better not go to your house. If I see other rooms in your house with people's stuff in them, I'm asking questions.
Yeah, that relationship because my thing is, you know, now I know that you are very capable of lying to me.
Oh yeah, and hiding everywhere.
Yeah,
you did lie.
exactly. And so I'm like, nah. We, you know, thank you. It's been nice. I really enjoyed the time we spent together. But I think this is my last time seeing you. I hope everything works out well for you. Have a great life. And at that point, get up and walk out the door because I ain't staying around for no. It's time to go. And
I do understand that a lot of people may be feeling some kind of way right now based on a lot of the things that we have been saying. But you ought to be shamed.
Yeah. And see,
you are not is the issue.
Yeah.
You should be shamed at your behavior. You should be shamed at the fact that you're not able to discipline yourself physically and all these types of things.
And like
all
I said,
all of us have made mistakes, bro. All of us don't make mistakes.
But again, once I realized at that moment that you are very capable, like what you said, you did, of lying to me, I can trust you. I cannot trust you.
You can't.
I can't trust you. Go ahead.
What else you not telling me?
Exactly.
Not for nothing, though. Not for nothing. I don't think we understand this, right?
Mm-hmm.
My father, when my mother and my father split up, my father was not with another woman in my face, in my presence, for at least 11 to 12 years.
Yeah.
He stayed and he focused on me, getting me together. He didn't want me to see him. And you know, I got a mama, and you see me, but he didn't entertain that foolishness until I got about 12 or 13, and then there was a conversation. So a lot of us, if we want to, we could take the Christian way, or we could just take the fleshful way. We don't understand what we're doing when we're having kids.
Yep.
And it is worth the sacrifice to where if you're not with that parent, they don't need to be up in your business seeing you rotate people in and out of relationship anyway, because if it's good enough for you, it's good enough for them. But most of us, we don't care, but we want the kids to go through the same thing we went through anyway, honey. So, hey, listen, I ain't going to go there. That's another topic for another day. Time almost up, man. I love y'all so much because y'all have great conversation, great topics, and we can hit this another time.
Absolutely. Let me see. Donna Tucson, are you back with us? Or Sherelle, are you there? They might have the last part of the conversation. I think did something to them. They did something to them. They weren't able to deal with it. But Leonard, tell us what's going on today at 3:00, sir.
Man, if you did not get a chance to hear this show in its entirety, log on to www.dkmmediagroup.com at 3:00 Eastern time.
Absolutely. Toy, you want to tee your prayers out?
Absolutely, Father. We want to thank you for another glorious day, Lord. Thank you for another opportunity to be able to have a conversation that will hopefully enlighten and touch the minds of people to help do what is your will, Lord. Take this word and do miraculous, wonderful things and get them involved with you and who you are and everything that you have. Thank you for keeping us covered. Thank you for giving us the will to be able to do these things and be able to help break the yokes in others. We love you. We praise you, and we come to you with all honor, mercy, and praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is now 10 o'clock straight up and down. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us because we're certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody and give them a hug because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And then we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that you live in and let your light so shine. You'll have a great day. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Love you and have a great day while taking care of each other.